Hi, I'm Kim and you're watching Kim Wilson TV. My channel is dedicated to helping victims of narcissistic abuse get free and stay free. Before I get going with this video, I just want to take a moment to thank our friend UK Mike for your donation to the channel's PayPal account. All donations to the channel's PayPal account go towards feeding, getting veterinary care for, and getting adopted out street dogs here in Mexico. Thank you very much. Oh, as the stomach turns, the smear campaigns are like a bad soap opera. I mean, with casts of thousands and new players coming into the game steadily with all kinds of crazy allegations like Trevor doesn't exist. Oh my goodness. Honey, I see you as a puppet. I feel bad for you. I always felt tremendously sorry for you. My boys, on the other hand, do not feel the same way. They own homes, they own businesses, and they don't find any of your criminal defamation to be funny. In fact, all 5 have filed police reports against you. All 5 have formulated a class action lawsuit against you for criminal defamation. And all I can say to you, sweetie, is it's really too bad Daddy lied to you like that. And the concept that your father walked away with nothing? Oh my goodness, you mean Daddy didn't buy you a used car? Daddy didn't help you set up an apartment? Daddy didn't get caught up on his child support? Because I guarantee you the child support fell gravely behind once I stopped paying it. Honey, your dad walked away with about 38,000 Canadian dollars. And I'm sorry he lied to you about that. And just a heads up, I can't really discuss this because it is now a criminal investigation and a civil lawsuit. But as soon as these matters are cleared up, I will do a full series of videos because this case is fantastic for dissection. This is exactly what everyone needs to see because you can watch in real time as a narcissist not only manipulates their victim, but draws in people to help them, mind controls and manipulates people to help them. She is a flying monkey. Her own father turned her into a flying monkey. And though he doesn't have the balls to say any of that himself, he's used his own child to do it. And that brings me to the question, what is a flying monkey? Well, I want to talk about that today. A flying monkey is typically someone on the fringes, someone that the narcissist, the abuser, is in contact with. Now, in this case, it is his own daughter that he's manipulated, but it can be a friend or a co-worker or anyone. In fact, I was initially turned into a flying monkey for Trevor because Trevor and I had been co-workers, and Trevor was constantly coming to me as a friend, as a co-worker, and sobbing on about his ex-wife and the child custody issues and the child support issues. So he had gained my sympathy, he had gained my empathy and my compassion, and I felt bad for him. And I can see that's what's happened to this poor, unplugged, disconnected young person. She feels bad for her father because he has lied to her, he has manipulated her. So it can be someone most typically on the fringes. It can even be someone on your side of the camp. It doesn't necessarily have to be someone in their camp. They can go to one of your friends and say, oh, you know, that Kim boy, you know, and then your friend would possibly think they were trying to help you because, of course, a narcissist had led them to believe that you're all troubled and having all kinds of issues. So your friend may very willingly kind of step up as a flying monkey, not realizing that they're being used or manipulated. So in summary, a flying monkey is someone on the outside, typically someone on the fringes, someone that the narcissist has been manipulating, who then is going to step up against you later because they believe they're doing the right thing. Now, this very much brings me to the topic of my last video. When people are drawn into the narcissist web, when people are unwillingly or unknowingly drawn into this, and they are being used and manipulated this way to be the sounding board, to be the voice for the narcissist, to be the criminal defamer or slanderer or smear campaigner, what they are doing is breaking God's ninth commandment. Now, this young lady isn't going to care about that, because throughout her entire youth, she spent most of her time in a dark bedroom, a dirty, dirty, odorous dark bedroom, drawing pentagrams, upside down crosses, and cutting herself. So she always was drawn to the dark side anyways, so I'm sure this would be very, very natural for her. I'm sure she's not struggling with any sort of, morality or integrity. I'm sure this is a very easy transition to becoming a flying monkey for her. Where I do know other people who have been used as flying monkeys, who wake up to the reality that they've been used, manipulated, and they feel very, very bad about it. I, for one, because of course, when I believed that Trevor's ex was, doing all kinds of horrible things to him, using the family court system, to keep his children from him, I very actively participated with him in getting additional, custody. I stepped up and defended him, against what I believed were lies on her part. Ultimately, I came to realize that it was me who had been lied to. It was me who was being used as a flying monkey. And many years ago, I completely confessed to my role in that, and have always been tremendously sorry that I had participated in any way. I mean, I didn't do anything harmful to the woman, personally, but I certainly was an active participant in the court proceedings, and I did testify against her. And when I testified against her, my God, did I believe wholeheartedly that every word I was saying was the truth. I believed that. You see, Trevor had told me a story. His mother had backed up the story, and she too was a flying monkey. And of course, I didn't realize any of that or know what a flying monkey was. So he had created the flying monkey mom, who then was able to help convert me into a flying monkey. And anyone, I believe, can be converted to a flying monkey, because when someone's coming to you with these stories of how they're being abused, how they're being mistreated, how unfair and unjust this person has been towards them, I think any empathetic or any compassionate or considerate person, who cares about this narc, as I did care about Trevor, I believed I was doing the right thing. I believed I was helping him. And the creation of flying monkeys, is just, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. I don't know how many of you ever saw that video where I did confess to being converted to a flying monkey. Now, what had happened was Trevor's ex-wife had filed allegations against him in court, claiming that he had been touching the children in an inappropriate way, and there were some suspicions of pedophilia. Now, Trevor brought this document to me, and I mean teary-eyed, and said, "Oh my God, look what she's saying. You've got to help me. You know this isn't true." So, of course, we then had dinner at his mother's house, and the three of us read over the document, where the mother, of course, was, "Kim, you've got to help with this. This isn't true. This isn't true." And I did, I did. I was the key witness in court. And not only were all of these allegations against him completely dismissed by my testimony, but she, the ex-wife, the mother, was made to look like an absolute lying fool. And Trevor was granted a considerable amount of more custody than he originally had. Well, of course, many years later, it was a different ex of Trevor's, who also had a child with Trevor, who told me that Trevor had confessed to her to touching the children in a way that a father shouldn't be touching his children. And oh my God, I couldn't breathe. I almost fell over. Like, I had been the one that had solidified this additional exposure to the children. And in addition to what this other woman had said to me, I did start to see things in the house. I did start to see behaviors in the house that were starting to, send up some red flags for me. So ultimately what I did was I became converted to a flying monkey. I testified on his behalf. getting a potential pedophile more exposure to children that he should have had no custody over, and it was just absolutely horrendous. And now this is the second time I've confessed this, but being a flying monkey creates an additional victim. You know, it's not just about unleashing someone on your victim, but the person that they've unleashed on the victim has now become a victim, has now become a liar and a smear campaigner themselves, now very unknowingly. So if you're being attacked by the narc, chances are it's not just the narc attacking you, because they need someone to corroborate the story with them, right? They have to have someone in their camp, on their team, that's going to say, yeah, it's true, you know. So now it's not just one person saying horrible stuff against you. Now, you know, this group is being formed, and there's this group who's saying horrible stuff about you. This is typical. This is narc abuse 101. Narcs function largely due to their flying monkeys, and the more flying monkeys they have, the more of them stepping up against you, the more of them supporting these allegations against you, the more secure they feel. And of course, for the victim, you're sitting there going, what the hell is going on here? If you are being attacked by a narc and their flying monkeys today, just know that the truth will always rise to the top. Stand firm in your truth. Do not cower to these monsters. Do not bend, because honestly, I'm telling you now, for the grace of God go I, for the grace of God go you, and God will stand at your side. There is no weapon ever going to be formed that will prosper against you as long as God is at your side. And I'm telling you, the truth will always rise to the top. If you are being attacked by a narcissist, if they are launching a smear campaign against you, just remember, for every action there will be a reaction. For everything that they do, there will be a body of physical evidence. Dot your I's, cross your T's, get audio recordings, get video recordings. Make sure that most of your communication with them is through text messaging, and screen save all of it. You can protect yourself, and you know, the courts are waking up more and more to this. Criminal defamation is something that you can rely on to help protect you, because it is criminal to slander and defame and commit acts of libel against people. And when someone actually makes a video riddled with misinformation, lies, and, well, I mean, absolute lies. I mean, to the point of hallucinations. I mean, it's just so out there. These things are easily proven false. So just hold your ground. I know it can be angering and frustrating, but the truth will always rise to the top. Though the flying monkey appears to be the bad guy, I've decided to have a little bit of compassion and empathy for this flying monkey, because it truly knows not what it does. And I think that this is a time in history where we need to extend as much love and compassion for our fellow man as humanly possible. Clearly, this flying monkey has been manipulated, and I do feel bad for it, and I feel very sad, because it's its own father, its own flesh and blood, that has set it up to have criminal charges laid against it and to have a civil lawsuit laid against it, when the narc just simply didn't have the guts to even dare to present false information like that publicly. He literally used his own child to do it. I'm Kim. You're watching Kim Wilson TV. Thank you so much for watching this video today. And if you are under a narcissistic attack, Godspeed to you. Have a little faith. You know, these creatures are being exposed. These creatures are being drawn out of the darkness, and a bright light is being shone on them. And together we're going to continue to expose these monsters. Guys, I love you lots, and I hope you're having a great narc-free day.